out there in North America, there's somebody sitting on the edge of her bed on a Saturday night, because there's no party that she's going to go to, who's just gotten her first electric guitar and is absolutely convinced that she's going to be able to change the world. I believe that those windows of opportunity continue to be incredibly important in who we are as a human community.
6 times the electric guitars are made every year compared to pianos. Now, a lot of people, if you ask them what's the most popular instrument in the world, they might say piano. And if you looked at it historically, that might be true, but it's not true now.
When you think of American music, how can you not hear a Fender Strad playing? It is the soundtrack of our childhoods. It's the soundtrack of the American experience. Rock and roll, jazz, blues guitar. I mean, these are some of the greatest cultural contributions of American society to human history.
You wouldn't have heard something like that previous to the availability of electricity, right? There was no such thing as turning a guitar up in an arena. That would be the sounds of war.
Many people have associations with the electric guitar, but not many people think of the electric guitar yet as a topic for scholarly study. There have only ever been 3 academic conferences ever in the world dedicated to the theme of the electric guitar in American culture. And my colleague, Roger Landis, who's the Associate Director of the Vernacular Music Center, it was really Roger's idea to stage a 3rd conference.
Because the electric guitar has been successful and has become a cultural icon, it's a good time to kind of take a look at it, we think.
What I do is I integrate electric guitar music with orchestra music, and there's only a few of us that do that, I guess, around the world. I actually wanted to play guitar when I was 4 and 5 years old. I used to stand in front of my great-grandmother's big box TV watching Buck Owens and Roy Clark play on hee-haw, and I would hold a broom. Then she got me a ukulele, and then the next thing you know, my parents, they found me a guitar teacher when I was 5. My favorite part is actually sharing in kind of a social music situation with other people. And that actually led to becoming a composer as well. Chris Smith and Roger Landis had an idea for this conference that celebrates electric guitar and how it's one of the most ubiquitous instruments in the world, and it's almost in every single genre of music. I'm playing a piece by one of America's greatest composers named Steve Reich, which is a single guitar with 18 guitars that I pre-recorded playing behind me. And then the great New Orleans jazz guitarist Ted Ludwig and conductor Philip Mann are playing a piece that I wrote for orchestra and jazz guitar with the University Symphony Orchestra. So Ted, having come from an experience of fleeing New Orleans, he actually had to uproot his whole family and drove with his mom to Little Rock, and the Jazz Society of Little Rock really took him in. Like, I think it was like the day he got there, the day after, they heard that some jazz guitarist from New Orleans was there, and he went over to this club and jammed with them. And then he really found a home in Little Rock, and really my piece is a metaphor for that. Sometimes I play my own pieces, but this one is like, it's a little better when he plays it.
This conference gave us an opportunity, because we're here at a School of Music, gave us an opportunity to invite our guest artists, Ted Ludwig and Dave Wronski, to collaborate with our colleagues and our students.
It's an exciting time, I think, right now to be mixing things like electric guitar with an orchestra, because, you know, in our contemporary American society right now, we talk so much about divisions. We talk about polarization. We talk about the things that separate us and divide us and keep us from communicating. And it's a wonderful reminder of the extraordinary power of music to actually bridge divides and to connect us. I may be a serious classical musician, but I still had the same experiences in high school as everybody. And I had a guitar under my bed that I would, you know, take out and try to play some Metallica riffs on or something like that, you know, when I wasn't practicing my violin. There was a poignant moment in my life when I saw that my stepfather, who was a professional conductor, founded an orchestra, was also a professor. He had a long-term battle with cancer, and when he finally succumbed to the disease, so many people came out in my hometown that the police had to shut down Main Street. I thought, You know, if I could ever make a difference in a community as a conductor that was even a small approximation of that, I'd be a very lucky person. This is an inspiring, exciting time in the field of orchestral music. I mean, as a conductor, I look at an orchestra and you may have 80 musicians, you may have 100 musicians, all highly trained, highly skilled, all coming from different backgrounds. But really what it is this amazing organism of expertise and experience that really just is an instrument in and of itself. You look out at young people and you think, okay, what music are they listening to on their phones? And if you were to scroll through their playlist, you'll find all different kinds of music represented.
I had this dream of wanting to bring the person that I think is probably the best living surf guitarist, Dave Wronski from California, to Tech and to play with the students in our ensembles. Surf is like one of the best uses of the sound of the electric guitar. The experience of being able to make that sound is, yeah, if you're a guitarist and you're an electric guitarist, it's kind of like, along with heavy metal, it's kind of like the most guitar that you can do.
The electric guitar cuts across a lot of different culture groups, zones of experience, historical periods. It's kind of emblematic of post-World War II North American society. It's traveled around the world. It's become iconic of a kind of American popular culture. And so all of the different folks who came to our conference, they all found a way to engage in discourse with each other with this instrument as sort of the vehicle for all these interesting conversations. And so the Vernacular Music Center has sponsored this Electric Guitar in America conference because we seek to always broaden our understanding of what good music is and how widely it can positively impact people's lives. There are historical moments where there's a peak, you know, it's 1969 and Jimi Hendrix has changed the way that people think about the electric guitar, or Kurt Cobain has changed the way that people think about the electric guitar. The electric guitar, like a lot of relatively inexpensive mass-produced objects, is really a gateway for opportunity.